never once indicated to the Pelicans that we want to push this to happen by the trade deadline on February 2nd. And they are 100% targeting the Lakers to be. That's where Davis wants to play. That's where Rich Paul wants him to play. LeBron wants him out there. He's going to be a Laker.
Catch Tim Fletcher every weekday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. on 1130 The Tiger.
The Starlight Lounge presents An Evening with the Progressive Box.
Adios, old friend. Yeah, I've got no secrets and no regrets. Well, a lot of regrets, but the point is I've got nothing to hide. Kind of like the way Progressive shows you their competitors' rates. You gotta put it all out there, baby. Excuse me, miss. Does this heart belong to you? Would you like it anyway?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparisons not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Indeed knows finding the right hire takes time away from your business.
Hiring a qualified data engineer felt like a second job.
More job seekers use Indeed than any other site, so there's no better place to find someone with the skills you're looking for.
I needed someone with a master's in computer science and database experience.
Plus, Indeed screener questions help you find your shortlist fast.
Now I'm back to having just one job.
Get a $50 credit to give your first job posting premium placement at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, quality standards, and usage limits apply. Additional terms online.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you? If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-900-1206. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-900-1206. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-900-1206. 1-800-900-1206.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Okay, men, time to be an all-star caregiver. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Be there emotionally and physically. Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find care guides at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
KWKH, Shreveport, Bossier City. If it's LSU sports, it's on 1130 The Tiger.
Shreveport Bossier. The home of LSU sports is 1130 The Tiger.
Good afternoon. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Voice of the Demons, right?
Touchdown, Demons! Brined, marinated, or dry rubbed, it's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center Top 10 right there!
Talking to the biggest names, bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full, and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull, and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert.
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it. And good afternoon. We welcome you into the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. And hey, if there was a day to be inside rather than outside, today's the day. It is pretty gross out there right now. Not good at all. The rain came back. We had such a beautiful day yesterday. We left. It was all sunshine, no clouds. Temp was, mid-50s, low 60s. It was just gorgeous. And then you come back in today, and it looks like garbage. Rainy and wet, cold, gross, overcast. Although I guess it'd be weird if it was sunny and rainy all at the same time. That would probably be a little strange. But it is not a pretty day outside, but it is a pretty day inside the beautiful confines of the Red Room here at, the Red Room has a different meaning. And let's just say that the Red Room was, I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know if we have any female listeners or not, but I believe the Red Room was the spot in 50 Shades of Grey that housed all the good times and the fun stuff. So I believe they call that the Red Room. Well, we're in the Red Room right now here at the beautiful Radio Ranch. Well, I mean, the walls are completely red, Rogers. I'm sorry. I don't necessarily going to equate the two because, about the weirdest, freakiest thing that goes on here is Rogers Hampton repeatedly pushing buttons and turning knobs. All right. That's about the freakiest thing that goes on here. And apparently Tim Fletcher's ability to spill peanuts on the floor, that is unparalleled, as this desk is, by the way, Rog, when I get really excited when you play a good song and I kind of, I start kind of chair dancing a little bit, bebopping, getting my feet stomping or whatever, I make peanut butter under the desk. Yeah. Floor peanut butter. I'm not saying I eat the floor peanut butter, but let's just say that it's there. There are a lot of peanuts under here, Raj. I'm just saying. All right. Of course, I can't do this show alone.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
I feel like what the weather looks like. Boy, it's just when it's outside, it just kind of gets on you, don't it?
Yeah, it
just hangs.
Yeah, it's a very low, it makes you feel very low energy.
Very much so.
You
and I are very much high energy guys.
Well, for the 2 hours that I'm on the show. And,
yeah.
And when I'm on the air, let's just say I'm reasonably high energy when I'm on the air. When I'm off the air, like you will find me sitting in my recliner watching TV.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll sit there for hours and not move. So I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid.
Man, so I guess we do have a lot of things to talk about from last night.
Yeah.
We've got some stuff that went down.
Uh-huh.
So the bacon kind. So we got to discuss some LSU basketball. We've got to discuss Zion Williamson. Definitely have to get into that. And then we've got some NFL stuff we've got to discuss.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, some folks blindsided by a trade. Some talk about what's going on in various markets in the NFL. But I think we have to do a little work on Zion Williamson at some point. I just feel like that's kind of the overwhelming topic of the day. And of course, we have to talk
LSU basketball. We'll talk about their loss in overtime last night. I feel like maybe people forgot that Mike White could coach. You know, Florida's been a little bit, they've underachieved this year, but, I feel like maybe folks kind of forgot that Mike White's a good coach. We saw what he did in Ruston, and he's been doing good stuff at Florida as well. So
Thank you, Mr. Know-it-all.
you're quite welcome. So I feel like we'll discuss, obviously, the LSU basketball game, but there are a lot of ways to get in touch with the show if you like. We certainly encourage you to dial us up. You can call at 318-320-1130, 318-320-1130. That's the phone number. You can text us if you want at 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Netherton Show. That's where the live stream goes on. So if you want to hit up the live stream, you can. That is certainly something that we would recommend. So hang out with us on the live stream. You can send in your questions there, and we will answer them as well. We're certainly happy to do that. Rogers is showing off his sexy face at the camera as we speak, pointing at the camera. You can see the poof going on. You got everything going on with Rogers Hampton today. So we'll discuss that. We also have to talk a little bit about the guests we have on the show. Coming up at 3:30, Rob Doster will join us from NBC Sports. He's their lead college basketball writer. We'll talk about Duke Carolina last night. We'll talk about Zion Williamson and what he should do, or what maybe we want him to do, or if maybe we don't want him to do anything. I don't know. We'll ask Rob Doster about that, and we'll of course get him to talk a little bit about that Florida LSU game last night. And then one of my favorites, an old friend, Dari Noka, will join us at 4:40. Dari Noka is a host for SEC Network, SEC Now. He does football, basketball, baseball. He's all over the place. They'll do softball. I mean, he does it all. He's a versatile member of the SEC Network community. So we'll talk to Dari Noka about what we should expect to see from the SEC this year in basketball. It feels like it's kind of a top-heavy league, maybe not as deep as we perhaps thought it was, but because this seems like and this is something we'll talk to Rob Doster about as well, because it seems like this year in basketball, the bubble is really terrible. Like, this isn't we're going to be leaving out multiple strong teams. It feels like this is one of those years where we're going to be letting in some teams that probably don't deserve to go into the tournament. We'll talk to Rob Doster about that coming up at the bottom of the hour, and we'll discuss that. Also, you can find us on Twitter at Netherton Show. That's the easiest way to find us on the tweet box at Twitter at Netherton Show, at PT Netherton, and he is at Heyboy Rogers. Raj, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but I think I found a sport for you to participate in.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, I don't know if you know this or not, but there is a story that came out yesterday, or a couple of days ago, really.
Yeah.
That we have a new sport that has popped up. Coming to us, well, technically from France, but not really from France. It's from America, but let's just say the French are on the avant-garde of this one.
Man,
you see what I did there?
I did see
what you did there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Tap, tap, tap.
Yeah. They're on the avant-garde is what I said, Rogers.
See what you did there.
Raj, it's not in the Olympics yet, but it might be. But the French Fencing Federation has officially recognized lightsaber dueling as a sport.
I did see that. You're right. That might be something I could get into.
You're kind of Yoda-sized.
If you can put me in that weight division and height division, I think I could be okay.
The problem is, I don't know. You're not a Star Wars guy, are you? Are you? Okay.
The first three originals. I'm a Star Trek in the first three. I don't get into let's go 30 years before.
Right.
Well,
here's the only problem.
The three ones, yes.
Have you seen the prequels? The first three. Well, here's the
problem. Yeah.
You've
seen the ones in the 70s?
No.
Oh, no, I have not
seen.
No,
which were the
I've seen the ones that came out in the 70s and early 80s. Here's
the only problem with having only seen those, Raj.
Yeah.
So Yoda is kind of one of my heroes, right?
Yeah.
Super wise.
Absolutely.
My house key has Yoda on it. Yoda's one of my guys.
Yeah.
Well, you have missed the opportunity to see Yoda really just whip some ass. Like, you see him in Return of the Jedi, and he's old and he's frail and he dies. Or I guess Empire is when Luke really, first found him or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's old and frail and he eventually dies, and you don't really get to see him do anything. Right? Well, in the prequels is like prime Yoda. It's Yoda. He's strong. He's fierce. And so,
the Force is with him strong, that one.
Yes. So,
Elmo.
So Yoda, like, he whips some tail, Raj. I mean, it's amazing to watch because you think.
Like a little Bruce Lee?
Like, you think,
little Yoda Lee?
Well, you think he's got the little cane.
Yeah.
And so he looks like he's kind of old and infirmed, and then he whips out the lightsaber. And he, like, throws his old cloak off, and he's, like, flying and flipping and I mean, it's crazy. Like, I'm not going to lie. When I saw it in the theaters, Rogers, I kind of started cheering.
Did you really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, Yoda's a badass. Like, I didn't know this.
Badass Yoda is.
So, yeah, he really whips some butt. Well, now lightsaber dueling
that's awesome
is a thing. And by the way, I saw some video of some guys lightsaber dueling. I don't know if this was actually choreographed or if they were really, legitimately fighting like fencing. I mean, you're not, you see fight scenes and lightsaber duels in the movies and they're choreographed, right? They still look great, but they're choreographed.
Yeah.
It looked choreographed. Like, it didn't look at all, like they were twirling and one guy had the double lightsaber like Darth Maul had.
Really?
You wouldn't know who Darth Maul is.
No, I know
he was
the name, but
he was in the prequels.
Okay.
But it's a lightsaber that's got, like, the handle in the middle, and then both ends are lightsabers. So you, like, swing it around like a staff.
Oh,
it's
wow.
crazy. Yeah, it's nuts.
Like lightsaber nunchucks.
No, it's all one piece.
But
it's
I mean,
connected.
the middle connects it. The two ends are weapons.
No. It's literally one piece in the middle.
But I mean, same concept. Your nunchucks you hold in the middle, and the two weapons hit on that end.
Well, I mean,
same concept.
It's like if you took a.
You don't hold one end and do it. You hold the middle.
No, if you took a stick and held the middle of it and twirled it around like a baton,
that's what you do with nunchucks.
Like.
You hold it in the middle.
You hold it on one end and swing the other one.
But you can hold it in the middle if you're really good.
Oh,
that's
like on the chain.
Yes. And
you hold the chain?
It's almost like those knockers.
Wait a second. You don't hold the chain on nunchucks.
If you're badass, you do.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not badass, so I've always just seen the guy hold one of the handles and then swing the other one around. And you swing the other one around. I've never seen anyone hold the middle and swing the other two.
All of a sudden, it's wrapped around the other person's neck, and you got it like that.
I've never seen that. That's
you got to be very, very skilled. Only somebody like Yoda could do that.
Probably. Yoda just had a regular lightsaber. But Raj, so congratulations. You do have the opportunity to be a lightsaber duelist.
To have my sportsman's world open back up again.
It will. It goes alongside the traditional fencing disciplines of epee, foil, and saber. And now. It is. It's lightsabers. Serge Albali.
Okay.
I have no idea if it's probably Serge Albali or something.
Does he play for like the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Right. He's French. He said, with young people today, it's a real public health issue. Like, I'm not sure how this works. It's becoming difficult to persuade them to do a sport that has no connection with getting out of the sofa and playing with one's thumbs. This is why we are trying to create a bond between our discipline and modern technologies, so participating in a sport feels natural. The lightsabers are made from rigid polycarbonate, not to be confused with carbonite.
Or non-rigid.
Well, you know what carbonite is.
Yeah.
That's what they buried Han Solo in,
right? Yeah.
And they do have LED lighting in some of them, and sometimes they have sound effects built into them.
Very interesting.
The rules require participants to point the tips of their lightsabers behind them before attempting to land blows. While doing so, they are temporarily immune from attack, leading to clashes marked by sweeping movement. So you don't poke like forward like you do with fencing.
Okay.
It's sweeping attacks, which makes it. That sounds pretty good. I'm not going to lie. The fighters wear masks and body armor. Lighting is down in the arena so that the lightsabers themselves glow a little bit more,
cool.
making them pop.
Oh, I bet you that's really neat.
Yeah. So there you go. The International Fencing Federation said, that's the worldwide governing body, says they're keeping an eye on how the new event progresses. Always watch. Gotta love when someone has to say the words, we are always watching new trends in sword play, and we are interested in observing the development and adoption of it in the French Fencing Federation. So, man, I'm pretty excited. I'm not going to lie. I've watched some videos of it, and it's fun to watch. Like, these folks are, they're getting after it and stuff. Yeah. It's cool. Visually, it's pretty neat. All right, coming up at the bottom of the hour, we'll talk to Rob Doster from NBC Sports. Appropriate music from Rogers. We've got the rain. This is... Rogers, you'd have to make, like in baseball, they always have the rain playlist ready.
Yeah.
So if you get a rain delay, they just play, Blame It on the Rain by Milli Vanilli this.
Riding the Storm Out.
Yeah, they'll play all the stuff. They've got a rain playlist. Any good marketing, whatever person worth their salt working a baseball game, AV person has a rain playlist ready to go. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We got to talk about Zion Williamson. Got to talk about the LSU basketball game. Rob Doster will join us at the bottom of the hour, and Dari Noka from the SEC Network will join us at 4:40. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, off and running on a rainy Thursday on 1130 The Tiger.
To meet me, won't defeat me.
Have you seen all the trucks on Uri Drive? And I'm not talking about the ones swerving to miss potholes.
No, I know what you mean. 7500 Uri Drive, Chevyland. What did you call that place again?
The land of Chevys.
The land of Chevys at Chevyland. Sweetie, all those 2018 Silverados we see out front when we're driving down, you're going to start seeing a lot fewer of them.
What? Why?
$12,000 off select 2018 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab LTs. That's what I said, Allie.
Oh, they're on sale.
$12,000 off select 2018 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab LTs. I'm not going to say it a third time.
You should.
Chevyland, we care about you. 7500 Uri Drive in Shreveport, Louisiana. We have been preaching this for so long, but it's nice to hear it from other sources as well. Gibbsland Bank and Trust certainly knows about customer service. The Minden Press-Herald, our buddies over there in Webster Parish, just voted Gibbsland Bank and Trust the best bank and best customer service in Webster Parish. How you like them apples? You want great customer service? You want Gibbsland Bank and Trust, the great banking team.
You started a DIY project at home. Then you realize convenience isn't always easy. The why in DIY doesn't mean, why is this so hard? At ADT, we DIFY, do it for you. We customize and install a secure smart home that you control from the palm of your hand or the sound of your voice. Smart security, designed and installed just for you with ADT. Visit ADT.com/smart to learn more. License information available at ADT.com. ADT. Real protection.
I'm a real person, real voice, and a real face. Even though you can't see it because, radio invisibility. You know what else is super duper real? Geico Local Offices. A Geico Local agent could tailor fit a policy to you, which could save you hundreds on your car insurance. All because Geico Local agents keep it real, with real savings and real service. Really.
And if you're looking for more ways to save, your local Geico agent could help with your homeowners, condo, and renter's insurance too. Stop by or give them a call today.
O'Reilly. It's O-Rewards Bonus Points Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Stop in today and check out store-wide savings, plus earn double O-Rewards points on over 200 items. If you're not an O-Rewards member yet, sign up in-store today. It's fast, easy, and free. But hurry, double points are only available for a limited time. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Quicksilver Card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase. Unlimited? Unlimited? Unlimited! 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 Any way you say it, earning unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase just sounds good. Capital One. What's in your wallet? What's in your wallet? What's in your wallet?
Capital One Bank USA, N.A.
Do you dream in color?
and sparkling blues and sun-kissed yellows? In your dreams, do your kids trade technology for time with you? Is fun and relaxation the main agenda? Do your dreams shape your family life and bring you all great joy? Your dreams can be real and lasting, and you can live your dreams every day. Moorhead Pools, where your dreams come true in your own backyard.
You know, Nicole, they say I've got an electric personality. Does that help me out at First Choice Personnel?
It would help you. I'm looking for electrical or mechanical, technical people.
I'm not so mechanical, but I do have an electric personality.
Sounds good. You come my way. Let me see what I can do for you.
All right, 797-7810, 797-7810. First Choice Personnel, make First Choice your last call.
Did you know that more decisions are made early in the year to change careers? That's why Town Square Media is hosting a job fair Tuesday, March 5th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Horseshoe's Riverdome. This is open to the public and not industry specific, with companies like Horseshoe, AFS Logistics, Oshner, Gene Simpson, Hillcrest, and Centuries Memorial. So dress to impress and get your resumes out. For more information, call 688-1130. And we'll see you at Town Square Media's job fair Tuesday, March 5th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
1130 The Tiger, Bossier City's home for LSU sports.
You started a DIY project at home. Then you realize convenience isn't always easy. The why in DIY doesn't mean why is this so hard. At ADT, we DIFY, do it for you. We customize and install a secure smart home that you control from the palm of your hand or the sound of your voice. Smart security, designed and installed just for you with ADT. Visit ADT.com/smart to learn more. License information available at ADT.com. ADT. Real protection.
I'm a real person, real voice, and a real face. Even though you can't see it because, radio invisibility. You know what else is super duper real? Geico Local Offices. A Geico local agent could tailor fit a policy to you, which could save you hundreds on your car insurance. All because Geico local agents keep it real, with real savings and real service. Really.
And if you're looking for more ways to save, your local Geico agent could help with your homeowners, condo, and renter's insurance too. Stop by or give them a call today.
ShreveportHelpWanted.com presents the world's worst boss, the one who posts jobs on huge national job sites, looking for anyone with a pulse. We'll just call him Dave.
Oh, Lindsay, come in. Looks like little Nathan is fitting right in at the office.
He loves bringing your child to work, Dave.
How would he feel about a more long-term position at the company?
What do you mean?
Well, there's an opening in senior management. I think Nathan would be a perfect fit.
He's 6?
Well, HR wants me to find better candidates than those huge online job sites, and Nathan is local, so what do you say? Something in accounting, then? He looks like he's got a head for numbers.
He's in the 1st grade. He literally just learned subtraction.
Oh, good enough for me. I'll see you both here on Monday, 9 a.m. sharp.
But he has school on Monday?
Oh, school's overrated. I'm offering on-the-job training.
Don't be a Dave. Find your perfect local employee at ShreveportHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work.
We don't discriminate against people named Dave. Dave is a common name, fun to say, and so we're using it as a catch-all for lackluster bosses everywhere. They post jobs on the big national job boards because they really don't care. Please do not write us to tell us you're a Dave who was insulted by this ad. That would be a real Dave move, Dave.
Shreveport Bossier Family Dental Care and Shreveport Bossier Family Dental Care for Kids are proud to host the 3rd annual 3 Miles for Free Smiles 5K. Bring your family and support a great cause on March 9th at 8 a.m. Help change the life of a child and their smile. Races at the Southern Hills Park in Shreveport. Do your part and support an amazing local cause. For more information, check out their Facebook page or website at ShreveportBossierDental.com. That's ShreveportBossierDental.com. We can't wait to see you out there.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
1130 The Tiger, Bossier City's home for LSU sports.
We welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. He is Rogers Hampton. I am Patrick Netherton. We are pleased to have you back with us on a rainy, nasty kind of day. By the way, we have gotten a request on our rain playlist, Rogers, just so you know. we have a request for Rain Down on Me by Phil Collins. So just so you know, he's not sure we have it, but just so you know, we have a request. So that's from High Rail. He wanted to hear Rain Down on Me by Phil Collins. Raj, I hate to interrupt school being out for summer, but we have breaking news. We do. We have breaking news, Rogers Hampton.
Breaking news.
I mean, it's breaking as of 3 hours ago, but still breaking. We do have an answer on whether Anthony Davis will play tomorrow when the Pelicans take on Indiana, the Pacers, in Indianapolis. Alvin Gentry, the head coach for the New Orleans Pelicans, has told reporters that Anthony Davis will play tomorrow against the Pacers. He will play. That has led to a lot of amusing things about, he's going to play. He's going to play 4 minutes. He's going to get a stub toe, and then he's going to turn around and be done. Walk right back off. I don't know. I kind of, I had a pretty lengthy segment on this yesterday. If I'm the Pelicans, I flip the double bird. They are Pelicans after all, right? So I flip the double bird to the league, not the double Larry bird, the double bird to the league, and say, look, we're going to sit him. It's the best thing for our franchise. It's the best thing for the future of the New Orleans Pelicans. We are going to sit Anthony Davis. Apparently that is not going to happen. The word is that he is going to play after the rumors came out that the league, the Pelicans might actually sit him. So we'll see. This is going to be something to watch on Friday. We'll obviously talk about it on Monday, about how much did Anthony Davis play over the weekend, how effective was he. That's going to be an interesting thing to watch, I think, and be interesting to see how, is he effective? Does he play? How much does he play? We know he's going to play, but how much? Is it going to be 5 minutes? Is it going to be 30 minutes? Is it going to be 40 minutes? We don't know. I mean, granted, Anthony Davis is, one of the 5 best players in the entirety of the league. So it makes sense that he would play a lot of minutes. But at this point, obviously, if you're the Pelicans, you need to sit him. You just have to. I'm shocked that they're going to go ahead and play him at this point. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we'll have Rob Doster from NBC. We'll talk about all the goings-on in college basketball and what is appearing to be a very weak bubble in college basketball. One very bizarre, frightening story from late last night. Syracuse had a big win over Louisville, just blew out the Cardinals, and on the way home, Jim Boeheim, who doesn't drink, by the way, he's not a drinker. Well, Jim Boeheim was trying to get around an accident that was on a slick or kind of an icy highway, and in so doing, he hit and killed a guy. Guy named George or Jorge Jimenez was outside a car. He had just been in a wreck and was a passenger in the car. And apparently the car struck a guardrail, came to rest in the middle of the road. Everyone got out of the car, and apparently Boeheim was trying to go around the wreck and hit him and killed him. They did field sobriety. They did alcohol test. He was completely zero. Like I said, I believe he's a non-drinker anyway. Boeheim is older. He's 74 at this point. But he had just come back from a 20-point win against Louisville. Should have been an absolutely incredible situation, but instead turned into something just terrible. It appears that it was just an accident. There was, there's nothing, no ill will, no intent there. So I don't believe he's even going to be charged with anything. The district attorney for Onondaga County said, terrible, unfortunate accident. We don't yet know exactly what caused the initial accident. Coach Boeheim was not involved in that one. The occupants of the vehicle, including the deceased, were wandering in the road, and no citation issued yet. It may be one of those, negligent homicide kind of things. But man, what a just a sickening story to Again, you want to put it in context, but man, Boeheim coming off of a tremendous win ends up in just a terrible situation after that. All right, so we got a lot of things to discuss on the show today. We got to talk about Zion Williamson. We've got to talk about LSU and their loss in overtime to Florida. We'll discuss all that. Don't forget, coming up in about an hour and 10 minutes, we'll talk to SEC Network's Dari Noka. But first, a man joining us, the lead college basketball writer for NBC Sports. He is Rob Doster. Rob, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing? Everything good?
Everything is good except for the weather. Other than that, it's lovely. It's rainy and cold and nasty here, and I shouldn't say that to anybody because most people are under a foot of snow or whatever. So I shouldn't feel too bad about it. But all is good.
We finally had the snow break today.
Nice.
So I don't want to hear it.
Okay, well.
It's a nice, warm, balmy 45 degrees and sunny out here.
Hey,
so
nothing wrong with that, my friend. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's start with the game that everyone around here is obviously most curious about, and that's LSU and Florida. I mentioned this earlier in the show, and I think it's worth repeating. I feel like we should know better here because Mike White coached at Louisiana Tech, which is 60 miles from here. But I feel like everyone kind of forgot that Mike White still knows how to coach basketball.
Yeah, and Florida's a weird team, and they probably. I have no idea how they're still relevant in the NCAA tournament picture at this point because they are a team where the guy that we thought was going to be their best player has completely fallen off the cliff and disappeared in Jalen Hudson. They lost, I think it was Keith Stone that they lost to the ACL, who was one of the best pick-and-pop fours in the SEC. They're young. They're starting a bunch of freshmen, and it doesn't make sense that they are as good as they are, but they are. And I think it is a testament to how good Mike White is at his job, and it certainly is impressive that they were able to go into Baton Rouge and get that win last night. I think that LSU is a weird team to me because they have all of this talent, but one of the question marks I had coming into the season was how all of those pieces were going to end up fitting together. And I think, it's kind of, they've really shown us what they can be over the course of the last 2 weeks where they go into Rupp Arena and beat a Kentucky team that is playing as well as they've been playing, all season long. And then after that, like a week later, they turn around and they lose at home to a Florida team that, without that win, probably is on the wrong side of the NCAA tournament level.
Is it maybe a testament to where Tennessee is that, perhaps they're overlooking Florida because Tennessee's coming up this weekend?
Yeah, probably. But I think it just kind of has to do with what LSU is as a team. Like, look, they can play with anybody in the country. They can beat anybody in the country. If you can go in Rupp Arena and win, you can literally beat anybody in college basketball on any court on any given day. I think, though, that it's also if you're not going to defend your home court in games that you should be winning when you are chasing an SEC title, I think that probably says a little bit about your focus and your concentration as well. And I'm sure, Will Wade probably would say something similar based off of the way that they have played the last two games. It's pretty disappointing, man, to see LSU kind of hop onto the national radar with their win at Kentucky and then play the way they did at Georgia and then end up losing at home to Florida. But, honestly, that's kind of how they've been all season long. They have a lot of close wins in games that they maybe didn't necessarily play well enough to win in, if that makes sense. They erased a 14-point deficit in 2 minutes at Missouri and then won in overtime, and miraculously ended up covering a 5-point spread in that game as well. Not that I bet on it, right? Like that. And,
not that I know anything about
it. It's weird too, because without a 1-point loss in another weird result, they would have been undefeated heading into that game against Florida in the SEC. So LSU was they're one of those teams, man. I could see them finding a way to make it all the way to Minneapolis and get to the Final Four when it comes to the NCAA tournament. And I can also see them being one of those teams that ends up losing by 15 points to a 13 seed in the first round of the NCAA tournament. So I really don't know what to make of them. But I will say that They have proven that they can go out and they can beat anybody in college basketball on the right day.
Do you feel like they're underranked? Obviously I'm Mr. Anti-rankings, especially preseason rankings, but I feel like there's something to be said for, the people that do the rankings, whether it be the coaches or the media. They they know the teams that are traditionally good, and I feel like the teams that are traditionally ranked and good, they give a little bit more of a pass to. Whereas a team like LSU, I believe they were ranked like 24, 25 in the preseason. Then they dropped out, and then they kind of made their way back up. But I feel like teams that aren't household names in basketball, it takes them longer to be ranked higher because, a team like Kentucky, yeah, they've probably got better wins than LSU does, but the records are just about even, and then you go in and win, and yet Kentucky is ranked so much higher than LSU. And everyone's talking about how Kentucky is, a potential 1 seed, and no one's talking about LSU as a potential even 2 or 3 seed necessarily.
I really do think it does. And I think that the reason for that is because it impacts it more in the preseason. So what happens is, we have these preconceived notions about what Kentucky's going to end up being. So if they struggle and they bounce back, we're like, oh, yeah, Kentucky's back there. They're back to being the top 10 team that we all thought they were going to be. While, LSU has to outplay what we expected it to be in order to end up getting to a point where we rank them higher than what they should be. Does that make sense? It's almost like confirmation bias when it comes down to it.
Yeah, it's familiarity.
Yeah, and I'll be frank. I think that even though they lost at home to LSU, I think that Kentucky is probably a much better team than the Tigers at this point. Mostly just because I buy into the consistency a little bit more, and I buy into the fact that they don't quite make as many mistakes, and I think they are definitely much more sound defensively. But like I said, LSU, when they decide to turn it on, man, they are very, very dangerous.
Yeah, they're incredibly dangerous. Talking to Rob Doster from NBC, a college basketball writer. All right, we have to tackle the Zion Williamson story. I haven't gone on my lengthy segment about it yet, but just the preview. I believe that the NBA's rule keeping high school players from going to the NBA is wrong. I think it should be rescinded. And I don't know Zion Williamson's heart. I'm not here to tell him what to do. I think whatever decision he makes is the right decision for him. But if it were me, I'd probably sit out the rest of the year.
Yeah, if it was me, I don't know, man. Honestly, I think that I would probably try to get back to play. And here's why. This is what my logic would be. I think that guys like him that are competitors, I think he knows what he's worth and what the attention is. But I also think that, deep down, he's just a big kid that loves to go out and play basketball.
Sure.
And I think that it comes through in the emotion and the way that he plays. And I don't think that there's barring a foot amputation, I don't think that there is an injury out there that would keep me from taking him as the number 1 pick if I am the GM that has the number 1 pick. Honestly, if he loses his right hand, I might still draft him. He's a lefty. He can't shoot as it is. So who cares if he has that second hand? I just want him to be able to dunk it and block shots and be out there and be 280 pounds moving up and down as fast as he does.
I mean, he already goes left anyway. He never goes right. So why not?
Yeah, exactly. What are we losing there? So I don't think that there's really all that much risk because he's going to be the number 1 pick. And at the end of the day, he's going to be one of these guys where the money that he makes from an NBA team is going to be his side team. And what I mean by that is he's going to be paid more by whoever endorses him.
Right.
He's going to be at that level of Kevin Durant, of LeBron James, that Michael Jordan was at, that Steph Curry was at, where their main job, when it comes down to it, your main job is the job that pays you the most money. That's the one that you have to give the most attention to, no matter what industry business you're in. The job that pays you the most money is your main job. Everything else is a side thing. And Zion Williamson, I think he's going to get $10 million a year from the end, whatever team drafts him number 1. He's going to make more than that when he signs his shoe deal. So does that mean that Nike or Adidas or Under Armour or Puma or whatever it ends up being, that's his main employer? The NBA is going to end up being his sidekick. He plays basketball in order to make the money that he needs to make from whatever shoe company he decides to sign with.
It can't be Nike, can it? It can't be Nike, right?
I don't know. I don't know what it will end up being there, but
he can't wear Paul George's shoe anymore. That's for sure.
Well, you know what it is? Then they're going to have to go make a Zion.
Yeah. It'll just have to be extra sturdy. Have to be made like out of metal.
Whatever agent he ends up signing with is going to have to negotiate a 10% fee on top of it for busting through that shoe.
Yeah.
But that money is always going to be there. And the way that I look at it is no matter what Zion does, like he let's say he actually tore his ACL the other night, right? He was still going to be the number one pick. He's still going to get all that endorsement money. He's still going to make all of this money. And I don't think that there is going to be a point where you can say there's an injury that's going to be bad enough that he won't be able to make more money than he can spend and his family can spend in the next 3, 4, 5 generations, right? Zion Jr., Zion III, Zion IV, his family, like he's going to make a life-changing amount of money for generations. He's going to be generationally wealthy, regardless of what happens. So if I'm him, just go do what makes you happy. If playing basketball makes you happy, if getting back in 3 weeks and going through this NCAA tournament and playing with your best friends and the guys that you're in college with, if that's what's going to genuinely make you happy and you're going to make memories that'll last forever, if that's what you want to do, go do it, man. That money is always going to be there. And I say this knowing full well that I'm as anti-amateurism as anybody can get. I think that it's wrong. I think that it's criminal. I think that what the FBI should be investigating right now are the people that keep these rules in place. Okay? That said, he has benefited from the NCAA and benefited from the brand that he plays for as much as anybody in recent years. And it can be true that he should be allowed to profit off the money that they're able to make. Like, think about it like this, right? How many people are making money off of the Zion gravy train? We are talking about it right now. I wrote 6 stories on Zion today. ESPN, how much money in advertising are they making by broadcasting the games that Duke plays?
Right.
Think about how much money StubHub is making off of this.
Yeah, well, they talked about the $4,000 tickets.
Yeah, like last night, DraftKings Sportsbook ran all these specials for Zion props that they definitely made money off of. The people that run the restaurants around like the Wake Forest Arena, the NC State Arena, the Georgia Tech Arena, who have all this influx of people coming in for those games and end up making, a couple grand more that night? Everybody is making money off of Zion except Zion. And to me, that is just fundamentally wrong because of some rules that people decided to come up with 80 years ago when they had no idea that college sports was going to end up being a billion-dollar professional sport.
Absolutely.
So I think that he should be allowed to get a cut of that. That said, it is unquestionable that he is having more success and he's going to end up making more money in the long run by going to college than by going to the G League. Both of those things can be true. He's being taken advantage of, even if this is his best option. And it's wrong that we cannot see that this is – it's just – I don't understand how in a country that is supposed to be founded on these, like, capitalistic principles, right? Go to America. You can make your dreams come true. You can get rich doing whatever you want. We find a way to make these athletes not be allowed to capitalize on them in the spirit of the love of the game. It makes no sense to me.
The NBA has to change the rule, don't they?
Yeah, they're probably going to eventually. I think it'll be like 2022, 2021, something like that.
I mean, it has to change.
I don't know if it's necessarily in the NCAA or in the NBA's best interest when it comes down to it. I think that the reason that the NCAA or the NBA put this rule in place is because they don't want to give 18-year-olds millions and millions of dollars. More often than not, think about when you were 18 years old. If someone had given you like $10 million and just put $10 million in your bank account, how much dumb stuff would you have done? Because I would have done so much dumb stuff that I probably would not be where I am right now.
Well,
I probably would. There's at least a 10% chance I'd be sitting in a jail.
I can tell you this. I definitely would not be here, but that's only because I would have done so many good things with that money that I'd be a 100 millionaire by now and living on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
But I was a mature 18-year-old.
Well, I was not. I don't know if I'm a mature 33-year-old.
Right,
but,
that's true.
That's a different conversation.
I've definitely grown less mature as my life has gone along. That's for sure.
That's the way you got to do it, Benjamin Button. But yeah, it's the reasons why the NBA owners wanted this rule in place haven't changed. Right? They want more time to evaluate these guys. They want to see them go up against college competition. Here's the other part of it. They want to be able to control these players for close closer to the end of their prime. They don't want to pay an extra year of development because most guys, even if they go straight to the NBA, they're not going to be ready to contribute to a winning NBA team until what? They're 21 years old, 22 years old. The NBA teams want less time paying for them up front to develop and more time on the back end when they're 27 years old, 28 years old, all-star level players, starting caliber players, guys that are going to help them win games at the playoff level. There's more return for your investment on the back end than there is on the front end. So by sending them to college, if you end up making them go to college for 2 years, then instead of getting, basically what happens, you get like 9 years of control, right? So instead of getting them from 18 to 27, you're getting the players from 20 to 29. And if you get them from 20 to 29, you're getting more productive NBA caliber playing years. So I understand why the owners want it. The NBA should want the NCAA to get rid of amateurism so they can send the kids to school for 2 years, let them get paid, and nobody's complaining. If Zion Williamson could get paid $15 million right now by Nike and play at Duke for 3 years before he gets drafted, I think he would be okay with that. If you're making $15 million a year, I think he'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I think you might be opening a bit of a Pandora's box in that regard.
Oh, I'm not opening Pandora's box.
Yeah, you're definitely letting out all the ghosts at that point, and all the evil spirits. Rob, last thing before I let you go, look, I'm not a massive college basketball fan, right? I know the regional teams, I know the SEC, Big 12, that kind of thing, but I don't know a ton about what's going on in the Northeastern Conference. I'm not that fluent, but everything I'm hearing is that this is one of the weaker tournaments that we're going to see in terms of depth. That a lot of times we'll see where some teams that were worthy are left out, whereas this year it feels like maybe there are some teams that aren't worthy that are going to be let in. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, and it's because it's a weird year in a lot of different conferences. Like the Pac-12, Arizona's way down, UCLA's way down, USC's way down, Arizona State didn't end up being as good as we thought they were going to be. Stanford's down. So a lot of the programs that we normally count on, Oregon's down. All those teams that we normally count on to be kind of second weekend caliber teams just aren't good enough right now. Some of it has to do with the fact that they've dealt with injuries. Some of it has to do with the fact that they got caught up in this FBI investigation. Some of it has to do with the fact that Steve Alford can't coach. But the Pac-12 is way down. The Atlantic 10, which is normally good for like 3 or 4 bids, that's way down. The Mountain West, if Nevada ends up winning the automatic bid, they're a one-bid league. The West Coast Conference, if Gonzaga wins it, they're going to end up being a one-bid league. The Atlantic 10 is going to be a one-bid league. So, I mean, you're looking at all these things. And here's the other part of it. Wichita State is now in a power conference. Butler in a power conference. Creighton in a power conference. VCU in a power conference. All these schools that are generally mid-majors are now playing in a league where they're not mid-majors anymore. So it ends up being one of those seasons where half of the big conferences in college basketball are in a down cycle. And what that means is you've got to fill out with 68 teams somehow, and you're going to probably end up getting like an 8-12 Big Ten team getting in. Now, if it's me, I'm voting for the mid-majors. Give me Wofford. Give me Lipscomb. Give me Belmont. Give me all of these mid-major teams that people watch all the time. Give me Murray State. I want John Morant in the tournament more than anything else. Give me Chris Clemens. Give him an automatic bid. Let him get in the tournament. So, yeah, so we're going to end, hopefully what it means is we're going to end up getting more at-large bids for the mid-major teams. I'm going to have to believe it when I see it.
Yeah, the committee doesn't show a lot of faith in the mid-majors, and they never have. Let's be honest, it's never really happened. Rob, thank you so much for your time, my friend. Definitely look forward to catching up before we get closer to tournament time, and help the listeners break this thing down when we get closer. Appreciate it, man.
Always a pleasure, man. Good catching up.
All right, Rob Doster from NBC Sports, lead college basketball writer, dropping a lot of knowledge on you. And we've got to talk about the NBA rule. We got to talk about Zion Williamson and what this all means when we come back. We'll do that. We'll chat a little bit about the Zion Williamson story. Oh, no, there's lightning and thunder. Oh, come on, Raj. Really? You have to do this to me right now? Man, I'm low energy today. You can't fire me up like this. Rogers, you can't do it. Oh, hi. I can't believe you're doing this to me right now, Rogers Hampton. This is, if anybody doesn't know, this is my jam right here. When this comes on, I start getting down. Oh.
Hi. Big your weather girls.
We your weather girls.
We got news.
They got news for you, Rogers.
Get ready.
You better get ready.
And leave those umbrellas at home. All right.
Leave your umbrellas at home, Raj. Getting low. Oh, low. According to all sources, Street's the place to go. Tonight, for the first time, just about 10:30. For the first time in history, Raj, it's going to start raining men. Oh, this song's such a banger. Oh, I don't even care what the words are. Like, this song is just such a banger, and they're so committed. Listen to them. They're going to go out and get absolutely soaking wet, Rogers, because it's raining men. Not that that's a double entendre in any way. They literally mean they're just going to go outside and the rain is going to hit them, and that's why they're going to be soaking wet. No double entendres here from the Weather Girls. Oh, this song is so good. Clap. Got to hit the claps right there. Oh, look. Is this the thing I'm most ashamed to admit that I like? Maybe. Do I care? Nope. Weather Girls, take us to break. It's the Patrick Netherton Show. We'll talk Zion Williamson when we come back. Oh, get it. Here we go. How do you not dance to this? It's Raining Men, kids, on 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-Ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
Nicole joins us from First Choice Personnel, and they've got jobs, and more jobs, including the clerical field.
Right, Tim. Right now, with clerical positions, we have administrative assistant positions. We have positions for bookkeepers, basic clerical, receptionists, anything right now. If somebody's actually looking for a job or people looking for employees, we have a lot of what you're looking for.
There's even a superhero. They call him Captain Clerical. At First Choice Personnel, 797-7810.
Your daughter's a genius, and with all those smarts comes a lot of travel. So you're at Hampton by Hilton for a science fair in Springfield. Last month she was a mathlete in Martindale. Next she'll be a robot whiz in Riverside. She fuels up on free Hampton waffles. You fuel up on coffee. With 6 hours of applied biology ahead of you, you need all your synapses firing. Proud parent of a prodigy? That's why we're here with free hot breakfast and more than 2,400 locations. Book at Hampton.com for our price match guarantee. Hampton by Hilton. Terms and conditions apply.
So you're ready to ask the biggest question of your life, the only question before that question. How do you find the perfect ring to ask it with? With the incredible selection of diamonds at Jared and our price match guarantee, you can dare to stop searching and find the perfect diamond at a price you'll love. Visit your local Jared store today and dare to be devoted.
We promise to match any price on a like-loose certified diamond of the same quality from any other jewelry retailer. See jared.com/price match for details.
New appliances can do wonders for a kitchen. Right now at the Home Depot, they'll also do wonders for a kitchen budget with up to 30% off appliance special buys, like the 4-piece stainless steel Samsung Kitchen Suite, over $2,000 off a fridge, gas range, microwave, dishwasher, all at once, just in time for dinner. Up to 30% off appliance special buys now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only while supplies last. See store for details. Electric range available at extra cost. Valid through February 27th.
It's the best weekend ever at JCPenney. For casual Friday or date night, find the denim you love in your favorite styles and washes. Grab a few pairs with 60% off select Arizona denim for her. And buy one, get one free select Arizona denim for him. Plus, don't miss your chance to grab Final Take clearance items at up to 80% off. These deals won't last long, so get in soon. JCPenney. Offers valid 2/22 through 2/24. Buy one denim item at regular price, get the second denim item of equal or lesser value for free. Conditions and exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
cars that sound like this. Trust Pennzoil Synthetics to protect their engines in extreme conditions. Top racing teams know that Pennzoil Synthetics give them the performance to help them succeed. And your car's engine deserves the same. Because your daily commute is no less important. Get complete protection for top engine performance just like the pros. Go to Pennzoil.com/oil change offer to save. Terms apply.
You gotta be so cold to make it in this world. Yeah, you're a natural, living your life cutthroat. You gotta be so cold. Yeah, you're a natural.
Alexa, play Imagine Dragons.
Okay.
'Cause you're a natural. I'm feeling hot as stone. You gotta be.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get access to over 50 million songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Springtime is almost here. It's the perfect time to tackle the next job on your list. And AutoZone has the free services to help you do it, like our free battery testing. If you're having trouble starting your car, come to AutoZone. We'll test your battery for free so you can figure out the problem from the get-go, which means no waste of money on parts you don't need. Seeing the road better starts with great deals at AutoZone. Get a $15 AutoZone gift card by mail when you buy 2 Bosch and Vision wiper blades. Let us help you at more than 5,600 locations nationwide. Restrictions and details in store.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Texting enrolls for recurring automated marketing text messages. Message and data rates may apply. Texting privacy rules and terms and conditions at textrules.us.
Has dinner got you down? Sick of awful frozen meals or unhealthy fast food? Don't despair, because Martha Stewart is doing a free taste test, giving away 3 full-size meals from her new meal kit delivery service, Martha and Marley Spoon. All fresh ingredients with Martha's delicious and easy recipes. You're eating in just 30 minutes. To be part of Martha's at-home taste test and get 3 free meals, be one of the first 100 people to text the word COST to 246-810. It's so easy. Text us now. Martha and Marley Spoon meals are easy, simple, and delicious. And right now, Martha wants you to enjoy 3 of her best 30-minute meals for free, so you can save time and enjoy eating dinner again. To be part of Martha's at-home taste test and get your 3 free meals, be one of the first 100 people to text COST to 246-810. That's COST to 246-810. COST to 246-810.
I love cuddling on that couch with you.
Why, I love cuddling on the couch with you.
I'm going to put my feet underneath your legs because my toesies are cold.
Oh, golly. What do you do with these things?
It's so cold in here.
Are they dipped in daiquiris? Seriously.
Maybe we need to turn the heat up.
That's not a bad idea. Is there any way that Accutim could put a couch heater in this thing? Accutim, 861-2255. Please warm up my wife's feet. People are looking for an employment situation where you're surrounded by folks that you like, doing work that you enjoy, and benefiting humanity. Hey, I know a place that can do all of that and more. Gibbsland Bank and Trust. It's not just a job, it's a career. Visit their website, gibbslandbank.com/careers, and join the great banking team.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke, Patrick Netherton.
KWKH Shreveport, Bossier City. 1130 The Tiger, Bossier City's home for LSU sports.
But we couldn't go from any, like that, you couldn't have picked any 2 different female musical artists. Then you go from the Weather Girls, It's Raining Men, they're, getting after it, tons of energy, to Miss Isn't It Ironic, and Jagged Little Pill, and yeah. What a Jagged Little Pill? Yeah. You, swimming in your stomach? Yeah. All right. We welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. Don't forget, coming up at 4:40, or about 40 minutes from now, we will have a chat with Dari Noka from the SEC Network. He will join us. We'll talk about all things SEC and, maybe some Oklahoma. He's an OU guy, so maybe we'll throw in some Oklahoma while we're there. We'll see how that all works out. But, of course, we'll take your phone calls at 318-320-1130, 318-320-1130, or you can text us at 318-657-0426, 318-657-0HAM. That's the way to get in touch with us. Let's talk about Zion Williamson. Draco actually asked, if the shoe doesn't blow out, do you think it hurts the knee more? Maybe. Although, with the shoe blowing out, did that maybe cause the angle? If the shoe had held, maybe the splits don't get so wide and he can kind of keep his knee, at a little bit of a better angle. I don't know. He blew the shoe out, and, of course, it led to the clip of, if you didn't see it, Barack Obama, who was at the game. Barack Obama actually said, you know what, hey, let's, he pointed at it and said, hey, that guy's shoe just broke. He just said the shoe broke, which I thought was pretty funny. But nevertheless, by the way, we're going to have to redo our Facebook Live video. Roger's got me with the weather girls. Way to go, Raj. You got me with the weather girl. Talk and pull up the new live video all at the same time. I mean, who else can do that? I mean, the ability, the multitasking ability is nothing short of incredible. All right, so we're back live. Hopefully Rogers won't get us blocked again by an hour-long It's Raining Men segment. But, we knew it was going to happen. I mean, it's when It's Raining Men comes on, I'm not going to tell him to stop. I'm not going to tell him to shut up. It's not going to happen. But again, if you want to hang out with us, you can, Facebook.com/Netherton Show, or you can also find us on Twitter at Netherton Show. You can find us, the call line, 320-1130, the text line, 657-0HAM, all of those different ways to get in touch with us. All right, let's talk about this Zion Williamson issue and what we would like to see happen moving forward. All right, now remember, the NBA used to be high schoolers could come to the league. We had a big spate of high schoolers. Kobe Bryant never went to college. LeBron James never went to college. Kevin Durant never went to college. And then there were some guys that didn't have success. There was that big 7-foot kid from Houston, I think, that went to Seattle at one point, the big white kid. It was Robert something, or I can't remember. I just remember there was a big 7-foot kid from Houston.
Okay.
Big white kid that went to, I want to say he went to Seattle. I feel like that's what it was. I'll have to look it up. It's Robert something, I believe. There have been 45 high school draftees into the league. All right, so let me see if I can find the list here. All right, all the way back, by the way, to 1962 this happened. Let me see if I can find this kid. Yes, Kevin Durant went to Texas. I don't think I said Durant, did I? I said LeBron and Kobe and Garnett is what I said. I may have said Durant, but I meant Garnett, Kevin Garnett. Let's see. I'm trying to find Robert Swift, Rogers. He didn't go to he wasn't from Houston. He was from Bakersfield, California. Yeah, Robert Swift was the guy I was thinking of. Big 7-foot kid who just never did anything. Went to the Supersonics. I don't know why I thought he was a Houston guy. There was a Houston guy that went to the league, though, wasn't there? Am I crazy? I thought there was a Houston dude who ended up going to the league. Gerald Green from Gulf Shores Academy in Houston went to the Boston Celtics, but that's not. I don't think that's who I'm thinking of. Let's see. I'm looking now. By the way, the last time that this was a rule was in 2005. All right, so we're going on now 14 years of this being the rule where you have to go for at least 1 year. Now, look, for every terrific Kevin Garnett, for every LeBron James, for every Kobe Bryant, there's a Martell Webster and a Andre Blatch and a Robert Swift.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
So, there's an Ndudi Ebe. I don't even know who that is. But he's also from Houston, by the way, from Westbury Christian School.
All right.
But so for every terrific player, there's a Kwame Brown who goes and, never really does anything. But that being said, this is a rule that has to change because, Zion Williamson has said that even if the rule wasn't in place and he could have gone to the NBA straight out of high school, Zion Williamson has said, I would have gone to college. I would have at least gone for a year to Duke and wanted to play and try to win a title or whatever. I don't know that I buy that. I think he said it because he doesn't have a choice. And again, I don't know his heart. I don't know his mind. I can't speak for the man, and I'm not going to. But I feel like maybe that was a bit disingenuous. It would be akin to, Rogers Hampton saying, well, if I had my druthers, I would drink something else other than Budweiser if he wasn't allowed to drink Budweiser. And we all know that if he was allowed to drink Budweiser, that's all he's drinking. So I feel like that there was some disingenuity there with Zion Williamson. Again, maybe he's being 100% factual. And I also want to make sure that everyone understands that what he chooses to do is the right choice. Okay? If he chooses to stay in school and play, that's the right choice. If he chooses to sit out the rest of the year, that's the right choice. Whatever he wants to do is the right thing to do. Now, some people will say, hey, you signed up for you're on scholarship. You signed up, Ben loves the social contract or whatever, you're an ethical contract or whatever. I don't buy it. Especially now that you've been injured and now you understand that this can happen to you. I mean, every 18-year-old feels invincible until their time that they learn that they're not. And so it wouldn't surprise me if you see a guy like Zion Williamson. It feels like he's a kid that likes playing. So it feels like he's a kid that wants to come back and play. And that's fine. If he does, that's great. As Rob Doster said, he's still going to be drafted number 1 more than likely unless he's in some sort of a massive, horrifying accident that, he becomes paralyzed or loses the use of multiple limbs or something. I mean, he's going to be a guy that's not going to, he's going to be drafted number 1, no doubt about it. I mean, if Zion Williamson hopped on a tractor combine in the middle of a field in North Carolina and got decapitated, yeah, he's probably not going to be the first pick in the draft. But short of being decapitated, he's probably going to be the first pick in the draft. Yeah, Rogers was answering the phone. He wants to know what did he miss. I was just saying, Rob Doster had mentioned that Zion Williamson is going to be drafted number 1. Rob even said, look, if Zion Williamson loses his right hand, I'd still take him number 1 because he's a lefty, right? My thing is, and I was going to mention this to Rob, but it didn't really fit. I was like, short of decapitation, I'm not sure that Zion Williamson is the number 1 pick anyway. That being said, if I'm in his shoes, and this is what I said to Rob, if I'm in his shoes, I'd probably sit. But I can't know what's in his heart and what's in his mind. And ultimately, it's his choice. Just like with Trevor Lawrence at Clemson and the whole, being able to go after 1 year to the NFL from the NCAA, he may not want to be the face of that, but he is a shining example of perhaps why that rule should be put into place. Let's go to the phones at 320-1130. Jeff joins us.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, man, I maybe my memory's off, but the reason they put that rule into place was to protect the 15 to 20 to 25 kids a year that were declaring for the draft and weren't getting drafted.
Let me clarify for you, Jeff. The reason that they put that rule into place was to protect themselves, because the owners could not stop themselves from drafting a 17-year-old who might be good one day. And so they had a spate of these terrible draft picks coming right out of high school. And so they put the rule into place not to protect the kids. They put the rule into place to protect themselves from themselves.
I guess my point was, wasn't it a lot of kids, though? It wasn't just 5 or 6. It was in the 20s, wasn't it?
No, it never really got crazy like that. You look every year, in the heyday when this was going down from 95 to 2005, one guy in 95, 2 in 96, 1 in 97, 3 in 98, 1 in 99. Again, these are just the guys that are drafted, not necessarily the guys that declare.
That's my point. Yeah, those are the guys that are drafted, but there was a bunch that weren't.
Yeah, and that's obviously that's a risk you take at that point. But what you would like to see also is you would like to see, kind of like they do now in the NCAA, where guys can, soft declare, for lack of a better word, go and get their evaluations from the league and then come back if they want to. I'd like to see the same thing for the high school kids. Get a good evaluation from the league. They say, hey, you're not going to be drafted. You're going to be a late second-round pick. And then those kids can choose to go ahead and go to college and get seasoned. But, someone's going to make a bad decision. The problem is we're now protecting the league from itself, and we're protecting the NCAA from losing talent. We're not looking out for the kids that actually have the ability. I mean, R.J. Barrett would have gone. Zion Williamson would have gone. Probably a couple of kids from Kentucky would have gone, and they'd have been drafted because they're ready. I just don't. I don't like the idea, Jeff, that the NBA is trying to throttle the ability for a kid to go make a living just because he might be too young in their eyes, or they are scared of drafting a bust.
I 100% agree, and I also 100% agree Zion Williams would have gone pro in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
no way he'd have gone to Duke.
Yeah, again, we don't. He has said, hey, I would have gone to Duke anyway. But at the same time, you and I both know as we look at this, he never had the option. So what does he gain by saying that he would have if he had the option?
What would you have told your son? Because I know I'd have told my son, you're going pro, son.
Yeah, exactly. If he's got the ability to go, I would have absolutely told him that.
This is fantastic. Y'all are talking about this. Your girl, Nicole Arbach. There's an article. The NBA officially proposes lowering the draft age from 19 to 18. The NBA has submitted to the National Basketball Players Association a proposal that will lower the draft-eligible age to 18.
There you go.
That's perfect. That's what they need to do.
I mean, that's what you got to have happen. So, yep. Jeff, I agree with you, man. Appreciate it. Holler back at us, man.
Yep.
All right, see you. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate the call. Kachu said even Zion isn't in his own shoes right now. Hey-o. Hey-o. Hot property. Tip your waitress. Try the veal. Remember, the 9:30 show is completely different than the 7:30 show. Hey-o. All right. I feel like I should be Ed McMahon. Yes. Not in his own shoes. You are correct, sir. Yes. Not his own shoes. Yes. Yes, Johnny. That was one of my favorite bits was Dana Carvey doing Johnny Carson and Phil Hartman doing Ed McMahon. And Hartman would just write, yes. Yes, you are correct, sir. Yes. Ha, no. And he would just literally say like the last two words that Carson would say. It was always hilarious. It was always good. We got somebody walking through the parking lot. Rogers is locked in. Smoking. By the way, 318 number just texted in and said, let's get back to the spam. Let's get back to the spam. It's like Bubba Gump shrimp, spam and grits, fried spam, spam omelet, spam sandwich, etc. Fried shrimp, shrimp and grits, spam and grits, fried spam, spam omelet, spam sandwich, raw spam. Yeah. I don't know why you want to go back to spam at this point. Anonymous texture. It was a good bit. I enjoyed it. And I will eat, you know what? I'll probably eat some spam in here. I don't know if I'll eat it raw or if I'll go try to fry it and bring it. I'm not sure yet. It'll be like when I made Rogers try the grape jelly meatballs. Maybe I'll fry it beforehand, go cook it up in the microwave, heat it up. By the way, Raj, I did have some Vienna sausages last night.
Did you?
Yeah, they were not cold. Well, they actually were cold because my house is typically pretty cold.
Okay. So it was.
But I got all the gel off of them. The congealed juice.
Yeah, whatever that.
I didn't rinse them off though. I'm not a rinse them off guy.
Yeah.
But I
it's
actually,
a process for me.
Yesterday was one of those days. You ever have those nights when? I've got to go to the grocery store. I don't have a ton of food in the house.
Yeah.
I don't keep a ton of food in the house anyway. But normally I'll have lunch meat and some bread around, something like that. But I didn't have any of that with me. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to, I'm just going to do kind of a hodgepodge of things for dinner last night. So you want to know what my dinner last night was, Raj?
I do want to know.
Almonds, a couple handful of almonds.
Yeah.
Peanuts, couple of handful of peanuts,
and then
beef jerky, then Vienna sausages, and then tuna fish.
Oh,
yeah, that was my entirety of my dinner last night. I almost felt.
And you fed it to the cat?
I almost felt sad eating it, kind of. Yeah, it was. I was like, I'm just going to eat some of these almonds. Like, then I'll eat some of these peanuts. And like, I'll eat some of this beef jerky.
And just like, next thing you knew, you were full and didn't know it.
Then I'm like, well, should I? It's like 7:30. Like, should I go? I don't have anything really in the house to cook. Should I go? What should I go eat something? Like, what should I do?
Maybe go grab some crawfish down the road.
I was like, should I go to Burger King? I normally go to Burger King because it's literally like a block from my house.
Yeah, no, it is. It really is.
And by the way, not for nothing, Raj, but I have a little. I do a little special deal when I go to Burger King. They're double cheeseburgers, which are not big. They're small.
No, yeah,
but they're
That's what I usually do.
$1.79. But I'll get 4 of them, and then I'll combine 2 of them to make what to me is more of a traditional sized burger. So I'll get 4 double cheeseburgers, but I'll combine them to eat 2 quadruple cheeseburgers. But the patties are tiny. They're very thin.
I know. That's what I get when I hit Burger King. I like the little double cheeseburger.
But they're cheap. Like, you can
they're very cheap.
You can get 4 double cheeseburgers for the same price as like a double Whopper or whatever.
Yeah.
So I do that, and I feel good about it. I don't, I usually only cry myself to sleep a couple of times a week. That's about it. All right. So what we've established with Zion Williamson is this. He is going to do whatever he feels is right for his life. And no one should criticize him for what he chooses. Now, I believe if it were me, I would sit out. But it's not me. I'm not a member of that team. These aren't my teammates. These aren't my buddies, my friends. These aren't the guys that I've sweated and worked with all through the off season, all through the regular season. I haven't bonded with these guys like Zion Williamson has bonded with these guys. So it's easy for me to say. It would be like, hey, Patrick, I tell you what, we're worried that you're going to blow out your voice, right? So we're going to pay you nothing right now, but you will get paid in 4 months, 5 months. We're going to give you $10 million, but you have to stay away from Rogers Hampton. And you can't do radio at all. You can't use your voice at all. You have to be completely quiet for the next 5 months. I mean, that's the only thing I could equate it to, right? Because that's, Zion Williamson's talent is his body, is his ability to play basketball. My talent is my voice. So basically, it would be like them saying to me, "Oh, you hurt you hurt a vocal cord, but it's not serious. But we're going to tell you that we're going to give you $10 million 5 months from now, but you can't speak between now and then." That's a tough thing. Now, do you think I wouldn't grab a pen and paper or an app or, start texting people, learn sign language? I'd be getting something going on. You know what? I'd just hire an interpreter. I'd learn sign language, then I'd hire an interpreter to follow me around and tell everyone else, so no one else would have to learn sign language, or something. But, I mean, to me, that's kind of the equivalency. Would you whatever your job is, whatever you're best at, would you stop and not do that for 5 months knowing that you get paid down the road? And it's got to be something that would be tough, right? Like for me, not speaking would be tough. I mean, I'd run out of things to binge watch, and I'd want to start calling people and I'd want to go have lunch. Like I'd be texting Rogers, like, you want to go have a quiet lunch? Like literally, let's just not talk. Yeah, Rogers would show up for that one. The one that he knows I'm not going to talk at, that's the one Rogers is going to show up for. Let's take a break. We're going to come back and talk about LSU basketball. We'll take your thoughts on what did he just die? Peter Tork just died? Really? Dang. By the way, 318 number said, where were you last night for the Demons game in Houston? They may have lost because you weren't there. Ha. Yeah, it was pretty bad. They lost by about 40. It was nuts. They were down 9 at halftime, and then in the second half they were down as much as 40. Like, just weird. And yeah, it was clearly because I was not there is the reason they lost. We'll take a break, come back, talk LSU basketball next.
Monkeys, and people say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down.
Welcome to Walk-On's Bistro and Bar, where every dish starts from scratch. Fresh ingredients bring our food to life. Mouth-watering cuisine, unique flavors, and we're always more than happy to share our Southern charm and culture. A love of life, family, food, friends, fun, sports, and celebrations. Walk-ons. It's game day with the taste of Louisiana.
Morehead Pools has been a part of Hanging with Hester from the very beginning. You're talking about a company that's been in the top 25 for 5 years running in all of North America, according to Pool and Spa News. They've won numerous awards for their staffing. But Michael Moore's here to tell you what else they can do.
Well, Jacob, not only do we design pools, we want to design the entire environment. And that includes outdoor kitchens. That includes covered patios, living spaces. We want to take the inside to the outside. That's our goal, and do it in a very tasteful, elegant way.
Morehead Pool, supporting Hanging with Hester.
Springtime is almost here, and it's the perfect time to get more at AutoZone. And getting more out of your car battery starts with Duralast. Duralast batteries are proven tough, so you can always count on a smooth startup. Give yourself peace of mind with Duralast. Proven tough and available only at AutoZone. Let us help you at more than 5,600 locations nationwide.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
You know when you have about a billion things to do today, and then you realize you're out of whatever it is that you really need, and next day shipping isn't going to cut it because you really need it in like an hour. Yeah, that's when you turn to Office Depot Office Max. Buy what you need online at OfficeDepot.com or on our app and pick it up in store for free in just 1 hour so you can get back to whatever else is lurking on your to-do list. And hurry in to save up to 40% at the furniture event. That's up to 40% off at Office Depot Office Max. Offer expires February 23rd, 2019.
You gotta be so cold to make it in this world. Yeah, you're a natural, living your life cutthroat. You gotta be so cold. Yeah, you're a natural.
Alexa, play Imagine Dragons.
Okay.
'Cause you're a natural. I treat it hard as stone. You gotta
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get access to over 50 million songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
You started a DIY project at home. Then you realize convenience isn't always easy. The why in DIY doesn't mean why is this so hard. At ADT, we DIFY, do it for you. We customize and install a secure smart home that you control from the palm of your hand or the sound of your voice. Smart security, designed and installed just for you with ADT. Visit ADT.com/smart to learn more. License information available at ADT.com. ADT, real protection.
A company is only as good as its people, and at Jack Spring Electric, they have a collection of the best. Jack Spring Electric is humbled every day by the excellence of their team. They will always work hard to provide exactly what their customer needs, whether an industrial plant, a commercial storefront, or your residence. If you want the job done right, within budget, on time, by a dedicated team player, Jack Spring Electric is the electrical contractor for you. Jack Spring Electric, 865-6225, or online at jackspringelectric.com.
O'Reilly. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up a 5 1/4-ounce bottle of Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner for $3.99. Clean and lubricate your fuel system while increasing miles per gallon with Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner for $3.99 at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Plus, earn double O Rewards points on this purchase. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Honk, honk. Joining us on our little hotline here is good old Nicole. How you doing, Nicole?
I'm doing great, Tim. How you doing?
Wonderful. First Choice Personnel, 797-7810. Honk, honk. We see a lot of 18-wheelers outside of our window here, Nicole. And I wonder, is there a need in that field of work that First Choice Personnel could take care of?
Yes. Actually, we need diesel mechanics. We're looking for them with experience, with your own tools. We need them really bad right now.
Diesel mechanics are needed right now at First Choice Personnel. Honk, honk, 797-7810. And by the way, these sound effects aren't costing you an extra dime at all. First Choice Personnel. We have been preaching this for so long, but it's nice to hear it from other sources as well. Gibbsland Bank and Trust certainly knows about customer service. The Minden Press Herald, our buddies over there in Webster Parish, just voted Gibbsland Bank and Trust the best bank and best customer service in Webster Parish. How you like them apples? loans. You want great customer service? You want Gibbsland Bank and Trust, the great banking team.
Did you know that more decisions are made early in the year to change careers? That's why Town Square Media is hosting a job fair Tuesday, March 5th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Horseshoes Riverdome. If your company needs employees, we can help. Whether you have 1 or 100 positions open, you need to be a part of the job fair. Open to the public and not industry specific, your company can easily participate. Need info on how to be a vendor? Call 318-688-1130. That's 318-688-1130.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
If it's LSU sports, it's on 1130 The Tiger.
Where do we go from here now that all of the children are growing up? And how do
I mean, don't you just make more children?
if there's no one who lends us a hand?
Who sings this? Really? Right, I know what Alan Parsons. I know the Alan Parsons Project. Yeah, I didn't know they did this though. Oh. Where do we go from here? Now that everyone is dying and we're getting old. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Welcome you back to the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. Boogie Cousins has come out and talked about the Zion Williamson story. I don't know if anybody saw that or not. As you might think, Boogie Cousins has an interesting take on everything. Boogie says, quote, college basketball and the NCAA is bull bleep. My advice to Zion Williamson is to do what's best for him and his family. College does nothing for you at this point. You've proven you're a number one pick at this point. You've proven your talent. There's so many risks involved to get to the ultimate goal. He said, knowing what I know now, college basketball is bull bleep. I get it. Let's not forget that, he was a one and done at Kentucky. And he did leave to go to the Warriors to try to get a ring, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I think he's right. I'm not comfortable telling this kid what to do. That's the problem. It's not that. And by the way, Dari Noka coming up in about 13 minutes or so. But my issue is not telling this kid what to do. I want him to do what he feels is right for him. He needs to make this choice. Look, make an informed decision, but make sure it's your decision. You can listen to your family, you can listen to your parents, you can listen to trusted advisors, aunts and uncles, whatever, best friends. But in the end, this has got to be what you feel in your heart. And I hope that Zion remembers that. And I hope that's what he does. Now, does he sign with Nike when he gets to the league? Like, is he going to have to create his own shoe that's made of like stainless steel or something to make sure that it doesn't rip in half? That was still one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. His shoe was literally halfway up his leg by the time that by the time he was getting ready to get up. Also, not for nothing, but it'd be interesting to see how Duke recovers from this. They got boat raced by North Carolina without him. And obviously they didn't have a chance to practice. There was all of that going on. So not surprised there that that is what happened. Raj, is the live video gone down, or are we still up? It just shows it's been stopped for some reason. Whatever. We'll shut it down.